Hi, my name is Kevin Hong, and I came to US for about 3 years. Like I came here in 2009, and I came here after I graduated from high school. Uh, and I came here just because I want to get a better degree for my job or for my future. And basically, I think like living in US is pretty much very good because like the life quality is way better than in my home country. And so right now I'm a sophomore in college, and my major is computer science. And after I graduate from college, and I want to get a master degree, and after that, just maybe I'll stay in America to find a job in Bay Area or San Jose. And I think the school over here is much better than in my home country because the professor will force us to think more instead of just memorizing all the thing in the textbook, and so we can learn more and be more creative. So overall, I pretty like the education system over here and the living environment over here, but I still really miss my home country's food, and I miss it. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Florence Xue, and I am an urban studies major at UC Berkeley. It's my third year in college. I have changed my major several times in the past 2 years, from business and sociology to conservation and resource studies to landscape architecture. I appreciate that my university and universities in general in the U.S. Allow for and even encourage a wide exploration of disciplines. I feel really fortunate to be in an education system that encourages passion for learning and also learning in the field that one is passionate about. Additionally, it is even more rewarding when we are encouraged to find real-life field experiences, like internship or volunteer, to complement our study, putting what we may read in textbooks into real practice. And this is a very different situation from what I hear about learning in Taiwan or China and in other Asian countries. There's little to no practice portion, not to mention volunteer experiences to complement our studies. I also enjoy participation in classrooms here in the U.S., though oftentimes I become somewhat intimidated by it because being raised in a conservative Chinese family, I am not used to advocating my opinions. Participation in classrooms sometimes becomes a struggle and becomes an identity issue as I realize that my white peers are more enthusiastic in public speaking. I attended elementary school up to 3rd grade in Taiwan before immigrating to the Bay Area with my family. I remember sitting in a classroom in Taiwan, reading out of the textbook and copying notes from the blackboard. Our participation consisted of being called by the teacher to answer a question or read a sentence, or going up to the blackboard to practice writing out sentence structures. When we misbehaved, we were punished as a class by standing up with our hands on our heads with our eyes closed, as our teacher chided us for 30 minutes. When I came to the U.S. for 4th grade, I faced a markedly different reality. There was little lecturing and lots of playing. I felt like I was in heaven. But as time went on, I became very bored. I wanted to learn more. I wanted the fun of being in charge of cleaning the classroom and hallways we had in Taiwan during our cleaning period, and even the silly etiquette of standing up and bowing to our teachers before and after our lessons. I still keep in touch with a few friends from Taiwan, and I envy their stories of lively and social student organizations in their high school and college campuses. Even though the classroom learning environment seems a bit repressed in Taiwan, but people are really close. A class is like a family. They eat together, play together, study together late into the night in cram schools, and even visit teachers in their homes. Here in America, people are more isolated. Independence is virtue and a way of life. After 2 years in college, I can say that I barely know anyone from my classes, with exception of some studio or lab classes that require many hours of group work. But many of my close friends now are from school organizations or people I met from extracurricular settings. Nevertheless, I really appreciate many professors' openness and even humility in their instruction here in the U.S.
Uh, Hi, my name is Leo, and I'll be answering a few questions from here. I wanted to come to America because actually I was deceived. My parents lied to me and told me they were going to take me on a vacation to the US. And then when they took me here, they told me that I wasn't going to go back. Well, I graduated last year from UC Davis. My majors were psychology and communication. I took 5 years going to college because I was kicked out for a year because my freshman year I went into Davis, got accepted, and then I did really horribly, and then they let me go for a year, and I proved myself to them that I could be a good student at Davis by the end of that year by enrolling into summer school and getting really good grades, and so they let me back in. My future plans, I'm actually planning to just be a starving musician. Or go back to grad school and get a master's or a PhD in psychology and be a college counselor or teach psychology at colleges.
Hi, my name is Juliana Shu. I've been living in America for about 10 years. My parents and I moved to US in 2001, and studying here has been really great. I feel like the education system in the United States is really good, and I was able to get into a good college after I finished high school here. And currently I am majoring in nutritional science, and my plans for my future right now is to, well, first graduate from my college, and then because I'm studying nutritional science, I plan to become a dietitian. And yeah, I've been going to college in America for about 4 years now. I'm a senior currently, and I'll be graduating this year in May. And yeah, it's just great.
my name is Amy, and I was a music major in my college. I graduated already. It took me about 4 years to finish my degree, and I'm currently teaching piano right now. I'm a part-time piano teacher, and I'm also working part-time in my church as a musician. Also, so far I'm staying in America, but because I'm a Christian, I don't know how God will lead me. I know eventually I'll go back to Asia, either China or Taiwan. So I don't know when I'll go back. But as for now, I'll stay here. And just in general, I really like the education here. I think if you ask me a question, like, what do you really like about US? I would say it's their education, because it's really different. When I was in Taiwan, like the teacher, they teach really rigidly, and just they are just saying things without any interaction with the students. And the math teacher, I remember I was in a math class and she would just skip all the math steps and I couldn't really understand. But when I came here, I think the teachers, they teach very well, they teach in the details and they have more interactions with students. It's more creative, so I think it's more interesting to take classes here. Yeah, and that's my thoughts on the education, and that's it, and God bless you. And let me see.
So yeah, I think living and studying in US, it's much better than studying in my. Okay, 这段卡掉.
My name is Leo, and I'll be answering a few.